They say revenge is a fire that burns hottest in the one who carries it. This is the story of a knight who learned that truth too late. Sir Aldric was once the village's greatest protector. A knight whose blade defended the innocent, whose honor shone as bright as his polished armor. Children would cheer when they saw him riding through the cobblestone streets. Mothers would sleep peacefully knowing he stood watch, until the day raiders came. They took everything: his family, his home, his purpose. In one night of fire and blood, the protector became the broken. His wife, his daughter, his entire world gone. All that remained were ashes and the echo of screams he couldn't save. Standing in the ruins of his old life, watching the smoke rise from what used to be his daughter's bedroom, Aldric made a vow that would consume him. I will find every last one of them, and they will burn as my world burned. His hunt began with justice in mind. Find the raiders, make them pay, track them through dark forests, question every tavern keeper, every merchant, every soul who might have seen them pass. But vengeance has a way of changing a person, and Aldric was no exception. He found them, one by one, but killing them quickly wasn't enough. He needed them to suffer as he had suffered. He needed them to feel the same helplessness, the same burning agony of loss. So he made them watch as their own camps burned, made them listen to their companions' screams. But it still wasn't enough. Soon, it wasn't just the bandits who burned. Anyone who helped them, even a farmer who had sold them bread. Anyone who sheltered them, even a village that had been forced to house them for a single night. Anyone who stood in his way or dared to question his methods. The line between justice and vengeance had blurred beyond recognition. They began calling him the Emberveil Knight, spectre of flame and fury, who left only ash in his wake. His armor, once silver and pristine, had blackened and twisted. Some said the metal itself had become alive with fire. His horse's eyes glowed red in the darkness. His very presence brought the smell of smoke and death. He had become the very destruction he once fought against. Entire towns burned because one person might have seen a raider pass through years ago. Families died because their only crime was living near a road the bandits once traveled. Innocents perished because they had the misfortune of being in the path of his endless, consuming vengeance. The protector had become the predator. The savior had become the destroyer. Until one day, standing in the ashes of yet another villager place where children had played just hours before, Aldric caught his reflection in a broken mirror among the ruins. The face staring back at him was not his own. It was something twisted, something monstrous, something worse than any raider he had ever faced. And in that moment of terrible clarity, he realized the truth. He had become worse than those he hunted. When he finally found the last of the raiders, an old man, broken and hiding in the ruins of an abandoned cathedral, Aldric raised his flaming sword one final time. This was the moment he had lived for. The moment that would complete his quest and bring him the peace he had been promised by his rage. The old raider didn't fight. He just looked up with tired eyes and whispered, "I remember your village. I remember your family. I'm sorry." The blade fell. But as the last enemy died, there was no satisfaction, no peace, no sense of justice served. Only the echoing silence of 1,000 innocent voices he had silenced in his quest for vengeance. His revenge was complete, but his world was emptier than ever. He had won, but what had victory cost him? What had victory cost everyone? Kneeling in that burned cathedral, Aldric removed his helmet for the first time in years. The face beneath was aged beyond its years, marked by anger and hollowed by loss. The fire that had once burned so bright in his eyes was finally dying out. In seeking to avenge his family, he had dishonored their memory. In pursuing justice, he had become injustice itself. The fire that was meant to cleanse had only corrupted. Every village he burned, every innocent life he took, none of it brought his family back. None of it brought him peace. Revenge had promised him satisfaction, but it had delivered only emptiness. It had promised him closure, but it had made him the very evil he once fought. The Emberveil Knight learned too late that some fires, once lit, consume everything, including the one who carries the torch. He set down his sword among the ashes, and for the first time in years, he noticed something he had forgotten existed. A small flower growing through the charred earth. Life, finding a way to begin again. The tale of the Emberveil Knight serves as a warning to us all. Revenge may feel like justice, but it's a fire that burns everything it touches. When we let anger consume us, we don't just destroy our enemies, we destroy ourselves and everyone around us. The strongest person isn't the one who gets the best revenge. It's the one who finds the strength to break the cycle. The one who chooses healing over hatred. The one who walks away from the flame before it consumes them. What do you think? Have you ever felt that pull of revenge burning inside you? How do you find peace when someone has wronged you deeply? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember, the strongest victory is sometimes walking away from the fight. Because, in the end, the only fire worth carrying is the one that lights the way forward, not the one that burns everything down.